during the Super Bowl yesterday, there was a teaser for. Are you all right there, bud?
Chris needs to go pee. He didn't want to say it.
We didn't have to say it out loud.
He
Okay?
didn't want to say it. He
You
sent me a
want to
text.
climb under there, bud?
He sent me a text.
I literally
He said,
can't
I have
move,
to pee,
so.
man.
I mean, yeah, go for it.
I didn't want to. I was trying to make it discreet, but
All right,
Jordan
guys.
wanted to shout it out.
Enjoy this. We're gonna make Chris crawl under the table.
Well, I mean, how else are we going to get Chris out of here without people knowing he's going to go pee?
Hey, I'm not as small as I used to be.
Guys, I mean, you had a bottle.
You're right. I should.
Please, not on my carpet. No.
But as he's, urinating, we'll talk about. There was a teaser on the Super Bowl for Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, which is coming out in May.
Yeah.
And it said, go watch the full trailer online,
Which we did.
which we watched later on, and it's.
Is that the one
freaking
I just watched?
Yeah, that's the full
Okay.
trailer.
It is
The teaser's
amazing.
different.
Okay.
They had different content in it, but it's crazy.
It is nuts.
Bombs were dropped.
It is madness.
We were dealing with the aftermath. We'll see where it goes. I'm very, very, very excited for this movie.
I am too. Yeah.
So, Sam Raimi's back directing. That's good for you guys who love the Tobey Maguire stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that one back there. He's screaming, but which it's gonna be different though because it's going to more of his horror roots, which
Yeah.
he's done a lot of horror stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can definitely see that in the trailer.
Yeah.
I love it. Looks freaking crazy.
It's going to be awesome.
It looks really good. But let's see. I mean, there's so much to talk about. I'm just gonna go directly to the biggest bomb, the nuke that dropped.
Illuminati confirmed.
Illuminati confirmed. We see
Hi, Chris. Welcome
barely
back.
on the side, and we hear Professor X from
Please
the X-Men.
don't grab my leg like that under
Patrick
the table.
Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. Pumped for this.
Yes.
So, for those of you who do not know, the Illuminati is a secret group in Marvel Comics.
Okay, so
not
you're
the-
talking the Marvel
not
Illuminati, not the
meme
real
one. Yeah.
Not,
Well,
or the
both.
meme Illuminati.
Not the
No,
real one.
The Marvel
you know,
Illuminati
The
is
real one.
a bunch of
The
members
fake Marvel
that
They're going to come after you.
I hope they do.
end up kind of
Sorry, man.
behind the scenes. You're good, dude. Behind the scenes, taking care of the Infinity Gems in Marvel. Each have one, and they make like big decisions behind the scenes to kind of protect everyone.
Yeah.
And it ends up being Iron Man is one, Doctor Strange is one, Professor X is one, Namor, the Submariner, the King of Atlantis,
Black Bull.
Black Panther, and Black Bolt.
Yep.
And then someone here asked, is Black Widow's sister in it?
No.
I have not seen her in it, so
Okay.
she was not in the trailer or teaser.
That's idiot.
But yeah, no.
How am I supposed to
Having the Illuminati is super cool. I was really hoping they'd do that at some point, but
I
I thought
figured they would.
I thought it was going to take them a while because I thought they're going to have to introduce these characters into the MCU.
This is how they do it though, because
But yeah,
with No Way Home opening up the multiverse,
Mm-hmm.
and then Loki doing some weird stuff too.
yeah,
And with Doctor Strange, it's just this is time to bring
Yeah.
everything together because they can. They have the opportunity.
yep,
Like I said to you earlier, like this is their specific spot where they can bridge the gap between the Fox cinematic universe and the Marvel MCU or the
Okay.
MCU.
So is it bridge the gap, or is it our actors for our characters are getting old, so let's try to like make new versions of them and go
Well,
off
they
with
brought back like the oldest character
Yeah.
from Fox, so no.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying though. Like a lot of the main actors and stuff are getting old. So like, hey, you know what? We're going to make
Yeah,
this
you'll phase
version of Iron Man now, because like
Well, it's
No,
gonna he's gonna
Iron
be
Man
So
older
pretty
too.
much
No,
prequels.
they're phasing out
Prequels we were talking about.
characters. Obviously, like Tony Stark's Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. is gone, Chris Evans,
Yeah.
Captain America is gone, right?
for now.
And they will
For now,
continue
he
to
says.
phase out actors who aren't going to play the roles anymore. That's just how it works.
yeah.
But they keep introducing new
Yeah.
actors as
Did
new
you just
heroes.
do that again?
How you doing there, bud?
I'm sorry.
It's like your third time hitting that mic with that bottle.
What's his third bottle? So
That's true. He's had a few.
We did not need to mention that.
Oh, is your mom watching?
well, I mean, you drank 2 of them right now.
Yeah, there's
There's
We're
one
excited.
more
No,
over
no, we just had two. Just
Yeah.
two.
But it's gonna get crazy.
I'm staying down.
It looks like it's bridging chaos and magic and that kind of the Shang-Chi version of the fantastic magic as well. We see a little bits of that. So
yeah,
Doctor Strange, Wanda, Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
It's gonna get crazy.
it's gonna be awesome.
I'm very excited.
They're doing a lot of cool stuff that I'm excited to see, like, and especially like the rumors that are out there. We'll see if they come to fruition, but like there's rumors that Tom Cruise is gonna be another version of Iron Man,
A variant.
a variant of Iron Man,
Superior
Iron Man, who has like 3 of the Infinity Stones, and he's like, which is kind of what they're setting up with the whole.
That just seems weird to me.
So
having
yeah,
Tom
so
Cruise
could you
be Iron
explain
Man.
like the 3 Infinity Stones and like what? So
So
Different
they would
universe.
so my knowledge is after Stark, spoiler alert,
So-
after Stark, did his thing.
Yeah.
I figured all the Infinity Stones were gone at that point.
I'm gonna simplify it for you. It's a completely different
I'm not
universe.
that dumb. Come
No,
on,
no,
man.
I'm just
Just
saying,
like there's
No.
infinite amounts
Don't
of
even-
universes and
yeah.
characters, there's infinite amount of Infinity
each universe,
Stones.
each
Okay.
universe has their Infinity Stones, and so the ones that this Tom Cruise Iron Man would have would be a
Potentially,
completely
yes.
different universe. So those stones had nothing to do with the final battle of Endgame.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if he'll have the stones.
That's just what I've heard.
wouldn't make sense. It
I
wouldn't
want 'em-
matter to me
I want a movie now.
because they're
Since-
outside of. Just like they didn't work in the TVA, like this is a step above the TVA.
See, and that's something I'm interested in too, because like now that they've introduced the Illuminati as kind of this
I think-
multiverse thing,
I think this is a tribunal that is above.
the TVA,
Yeah, way
That's-
above.
that's cool.
I think
like that.
Kang. We found out that TVA was a bunch of BS anyway.
Yeah,
It was just Kang, and Kang was doing his own thing with this section of the universe.
yeah,
He really wasn't a supreme power or anything like a tribunal.
Yeah.
He made one, kind of a fake one,
yeah,
but it's just he was dealing with his own variants, right?
Yeah.
And trying to keep them out.
yeah.
So that's a whole different thing. I think this is well and above
Mm-hmm.
where Kang's at.
I want a movie now, though, since this is like officially part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where there's like 10 people with all the Infinity Stones battling it out in one universe for full control of everything. Like this, get all the Infinity Stones from everywhere. It'd be like 10 different Thanoses going
Well,
after each other.
Is that even like
It wouldn't make
theoretically?
matter,
Is
but-
that
It would-
even possible?
It would be, yeah, because there's an infinite number.
I mean, if they
of
really
universes.
wanted to do that,
There's an infinite number.
you would
of
need
slots.
to
That's
just
not
go
possible.
after the Ego Stone, which there's only one of those.
Okay, so it's like 10 people with every stone all
right.
fighting for that one.
So you have your reality, your mind, your time, your soul, your power, and your space, right?
Yeah.
There's also another one called the Ego Stone, which there's only one
Fill
throughout
me in.
everything.
What does that fill me in?
Well, because
It boosts
all
your
of the
ego.
stones plus the Ego Stone used to be one being in the universe. What's her name? Can't remember her name. But it used to be one like all-powerful being
Yeah.
who like split apart and created these singularities that became the Infinity Gems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once they go back together, like the Ego Stone is like her mind, I think, or something, or essentially her.
So could you
her
bring
spirit, but-
bring her spirit back if you?
I don't know.
if
She
you
like
have-
comes back for in comics a couple times, I think. But
That's cool.
so there's only a few people that have held the Ego Stone, and I think Loki is one of them. One variant of Loki, I don't remember.
I just think it'd be super cool to have a bunch of people with all the other stones from all those universes fighting over the one Ego Stone. Then
Yeah,
that'd
the
be
Ego Gem, I guess.
no,
In
Ego
comics, they're
Gem. My
gems.
bad.
Yeah.
Either way, that'd
in
be
the
super
movies, they're
cool.
stones.
That'd be super cool.
I don't know. I don't think we'll do anything with the stones anymore. I think we're past that.
Yep, I do too. I agree.
What do you think they're gonna go?
I think they're doing multiverse stuff, and
Yep.
I think they're gonna do like, well, I think
It'll
there's
eventually go
se-
cosmic.
I think
'Cause
cosmic.
We're setting up cosmic
I think
and celestial
Galactus
stuff.
is something they're setting up for.
Galactus, yeah.
Fantastic Four, the Silver Surfer.
I think
Another one of the Illuminati, Mr. Fantastic.
which
He's one of the
there's
Illuminati,
another
so
rumor that he is.
kinda looks
the
like
t-
him a little
well,
bit.
there's a rumor that the 2004.
Ian, what's his face?
What's his name? The guy who played him in the first 2 movies.
in Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
okay.
he's coming back too as one of the Illuminati members. And then I've also heard that they're actually fan cast of John Krasinski for the MCU version, and they're gonna like kind of set that up for the MCU.
John
Let's see what happens.
John Krasinski. What do I know that name from?
He's
Jim
Jim
Halpert
Halpert from
The
The
Office.
Office.
Oh, duh.
So there's
Okay.
A Quiet
I'm sorry,
Place.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Marvel
Jim
fans
Halpert.
and like people forever have been trying to like get Marvel to fan cast the Mr. and Miss Fantastic as him and Emily Blunt, like his wife. And
That'd be kinda
because
cool.
honestly, like I think it would work
This
really well.
woman.
That would. They already have
Um,
chemistry, obviously.
Yeah,
They're
they have
married.
chemistry. I think John
We'll see what
Krasinski's a
happens.
great actor. So is Emily Blunt.
Can we get Mr. Incredible as well?
But
No. But we'll see what happens there. I don't know. It'd be interesting because they end up having kids, and Franklin, his son, ends up
insane.
being a celestial.
Yeah.
So that would work in a little bit with cosmic stuff going on.
Yeah.
And they've always deal with the cosmic stuff.
Yep.
So
Yep.
We'll see.
And there's also like I've seen people kind of theorize maybe they're gonna change Galactus a little bit to be like a rogue celestial that
An actual being.
like is kind like so.
Well, he's actually gonna be.
Yeah, he actually is a beat, but like
the last time I thought of Galactus was the dumb Silver Surfer. That's my
That's
extent.
not
yeah.
Galactus.
That's the extent of my knowledge.
Galactus is
Yeah.
actually like a giant, humanoid person.
yeah, so like the
Okay.
theory that I've seen is
celestial.
like
He's huge.
that with what happened in
is.
Eternals, they're gonna make him like a kind of a celestial with whatever that mind disease was called. I can never say it. That Angelina Jolie's character had.
The deviant syndrome or whatever. It's
Yeah.
called. I don't
Like
remember
that's
what it's
infected
called. Yeah.
with that, and like it causes him to hunger for like stuff, and that's how he becomes Galactus. Like
Eater
Like,
of
he's-
Worlds.
yeah, Devourer of Worlds.
It's interesting. They're kind of like doing weird things with the Celestials,
Yeah,
but I don't know where they're gonna go with it. Really,
which I'm
he's such a different type of Celestial, even if it's the same race technically. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, and have you seen that theory like that Thanos was the reason why Thanos was on his like mission to wipe out half the universe was because he had that mind disease, and that's like
I don't
how
know.
like he was trying to process and deal
Just
with
about balance, man.
it. But
That's all things should be. Balance.
That's all things should be.
it's kind of funny though, like how like he was like the big bad of the like
I
the
can't remember what the
Infinity
actual
Saga,
name of
right?
that
And like
thing is,
but now like they're making it like he's okay, maybe he was right. Like they joke about that a lot now. Like with Eternals, they basically said he prevented Earth from being destroyed sooner, and then Hawkeye has like all the stuff about Thanos is right, like joking like the mug and stuff like that. I think that's kind of funny. But no, can I get back to Doctor Strange? Like there's a lot of really crazy stuff going on. Like
wiry.
yeah, it's
Or whatever it's
something.
called, I can't remember.
I know how like it's said, but I can't say it right, so I'm not even gonna try.
The sickness, mind ailments.
Yeah,
whatever it
but
is.
like, I think it's really cool that we're finally getting like variants, like of different. Like so, there's 3 confirmed Doctor Strange variant. Well, one the original Strange,
Superior Strange,
Superior Strange, and then
Is that an
Sinister
evil
Strange.
version?
Sinister.
No,
yeah.
it's Sinister Strange and Defender Strange. Those are the 2.
What's the Strange that we know? Just the
So that's
regular?
just
Doctor
that's gonna be
Strange.
strange.
Okay.
So that's probably
How
what-
strange.
The guy,
Oh.
the
There
one
you
that it shows when he's got the strips of silver
The-
through his
the,
hair,
like-
that looks like
Yeah.
Superior Strange.
The one with the ponytail, that's Defender Strange. They've said that's Defender Strange, and then the one like the evil looking one is
What's the strip down? is?
Sinister Strange. Is what they called him. And then the original, just one we have is
We'll see.
Just
I don't know.
just regular Doctor.
yeah, but so yeah, I think they're setting up for a lot of cool cameos, a lot of cool stuff. It'd be really cool to get like somebody said this, and I think it'd be cool like see like Chris Evans come back and like just as like a cameo, and
It
like
would only be cameo.
but like
because they can't pay him money.
yeah, but
Like
like
RDJ can't pay him money. It's
Yeah.
so much.
but like he comes as like a cameo and like he's like walking through or like they're in this multiverse like whatever the scenario is, but like he walks up to Strange and he's like, oh, like Cap, you're like okay, and he like goes flame on and he turns fire and it's just that would actually be kind of cool.
So dumb.
That would
That'd
be kind of
so
cool.
stupid.
That would be kind of cool though.
That's his.
But in the
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
Chris
he
Evans plays
played.
Steve
He also
Rogers.
played.
I know
the
he
Human
played.
Torch.
He played Human Torch in the original
Yeah.
Fantastic
Johnny
Four.
Storm.
But
that would be
Storm,
actually pretty
yeah.
funny.
that'd be awesome. But no, like,
That'd be so.
see, that's the
I
thing,
agree.
though.
That'd be really stupid.
That's the thing.
Flame
Though.
on.
They could
They
do
can
that.
do anything.
They could do that. That's the crazy
This
part.
opens up anything
Like
for them to do.
we thought Spider-Man was nuts, right? With having all 3 of the Spider-Man in it. But now, like,
They can do everything.
They could do
this is
any
going to bring anything. This is
universe.
going to bring. They can do Spider-Verse.
you could do.
Spider-Verse is literally all this, but just about Spider-Man.
Oh my
You could
gosh,
do the
don't-
Japanese
don't-
Spider-Man.
don't
It's
do
freaking
that.
amazing.
You could do
I
Japanese
mean,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Gwen will happen soon. I
Yeah.
bet. I'm
Oh, 100%.
Miles Morales will happen soon.
Yep.
Like, there's
really
so
think so?
many. Yeah.
Yo, 100%.
I love how in the
soon. I
movie,
say
though,
soon. That doesn't mean like
They've.
the next
I mean,
year or
they've
two,
already.
but
teased
they will
Miles
happen,
Morales.
guaranteed.
I love how in the movie he was like, I'm sure there's a black Spider-Man out there somewhere.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
Miles Morales.
They
yeah,
said
that's the thing.
They
Yeah.
said that, and they also teased it way back in Homecoming. Like
Yeah.
they had him, like Peter, like interrogate
uncle,
Aaron
Aaron.
Donald, who is the Prowler, and like he said, "Hey, I got a nephew that lives here," like, and like that's Miles Morales.
Aaron Davis.
So like he or Darius, yeah.
Yeah.
Davis.
And so like
Wait,
this,
which one was this?
this was Homecoming. The
That was
first Spider-Man
Childish
movie.
The
Gambino.
first one.
Yeah, Childish Gambino.
The first Spider-Man one where he is.
Was it Vulture or was it? It was.
That was the
Vulture.
Vulture.
Yeah,
one.
it was
Okay,
Vulture.
I'll have to rewatch that
Yeah.
because I don't remember that.
Yeah,
scene.
so he says he's like it's the guy who he interrogates. It's Donald Glover, and he like webs his hand to the car trunk, and then he like does a scary voice and like tries to
Oh,
interrogate
okay,
him.
yeah, I
And
remember
he's
that.
like,
Yeah.
Well, he
You've
said,
never done this before, have you?
yeah, and then he's like, well, I got a nephew that lives here, and like he helps him out. His nephew is Miles Morales in the comics.
Yeah.
Is
And
it,
so, like,
is it, is it,
Aaron
con-
Davis,
is it
the Prowler.
confirmed?
Yeah.
Confirmed and everything.
Well, like that's
Well,
just how it is in the
that's
comics.
the
Aaron
comic.
Davis
That's in
is
all comics.
Miles.
Okay.
He's
Like
just
he's the
that-
Prowler.
Okay.
He is Aaron Davis. Like he's
Dude, that
um,
actually
Miles
was pretty
Morales'
freaking
uncle.
sick. So, I mean, I won't. So this is outside of. I think this is freaking amazing. That endless possibilities at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, like just period.
Yeah.
Give
Like,
me
I mean, like
huge
at this
jacked
point,
man.
at this point, we could geek out about all this stuff. I'm not gonna lie. The multiverse. From what I saw from the Spider-Man, I love this newest Spider-Man movie. It almost seemed like the way they did about it was a little bit lazy with how they did about
I
it.
think they did it perfect.
I think
They
they
did
did too.
amazing, I think.
So
they did.
explain.
Like, explain what do you mean by lazy?
Yeah.
So from what I got from most of these guys, from most of these, like, okay, I watch a lot of film reviews and all this stuff, so
Yeah.
they might not know a lot about them.
Sure.
They're more of like film tone and film, like
Yeah.
like all this other stuff. So they might not be.
So are these your opinions or the opinions of the
No,
reviewers?
this is the opinions. I'm trying.
Everybody's got opinion. There's endless.
I'm trying to get some perspective here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So how they brought about it was that like the way they brought about this this multiverse was this concept within the Marvel universe was just kind of just brought up within this movie.
I mean, it
Oh.
had to be though. How were they going to do
Yeah,
it?
but like what they were hoping for was like there could have been a little bit of build up within the original.
they have.
I mean, they
before
alluded
Endgame.
to it in Far From Home.
Yeah.
They they talked about it. They showed it in the TV series, which
Yeah.
is canon.
Yeah.
And then we got No Way Home, which really showed it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that probably
outside
shows
of Loki.
that probably
Yeah.
shows the limitless. Like obviously, I just watched the movies. I didn't watch the TV
Yeah.
show. It
Yeah.
probably just shows that they just watched the movies and they didn't
Yeah,
understand it.
that was like
okay, so
Loki's big-
that's what I was.
That was all.
That
about
was literally
Loki.
Loki's
Okay.
the Loki show's big deal is like it introduced the multiverse.
Okay, so that's all I was interested
Yeah.
in. Like just like I'm like. I was hoping this was like canon and like this wasn't
That's-
just
yeah.
this wasn't just an excuse to just toss in a bunch of these old actors or old characters
No,
back
no.
into it.
It was done very tastefully. Done
Okay.
right, in
Like
my
it
opinion.
was done very well.
Which I'm-
honestly,
I
it
mean,
was.
like watching for the first time as
It's perfectly done in my opinion. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
I
It's
say
amazing.
watching through like this. Sarah just showed me like it took her a long time, but
Mm-hmm.
I eventually watched through like all the. I would say the movies that really led me into Endgame and all those movies, like you know what I mean, like movies that would help you understand the next movie.
Yeah.
She showed me all that, and like I mean, I'm a guy who loves watching really good movies and all this other stuff. I won't go into detail, but I mean, Endgame with all the build up.
Yep.
I mean, like just the build up, and then all the
What 21 movies at that point?
was the most.
lot.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was one of the best movie experiences I've ever had.
Oh yeah.
Period.
100%.
And I've watched
Yep.
a lot
You're
of
not.
freaking
You're not
movies.
alone in that, man.
Yep.
That was one of the most beautiful.
Yep,
I mean, like
agree.
this was. I mean, you gotta remember, this was only me watching in it within a month. You guys
Yeah.
had years that you guys had to like really wait between. Maybe I don't know how many years. Maybe 1 or 2 years.
We watched
before-
everything in succession before Endgame.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta remember for like a lot of
But
fans,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
a year or two before they had to watch from between Infinity Wars and Endgame.
Yeah.
And like I watched all this within a month, and even still, I was emotional, and I was just like, man, like
I feel like that's
Yeah.
the better way to
Even-
do it.
even I thought,
I don't know.
We
even
had
even I
years to
thought,
stew.
Yeah, I liked that because I remember I watched the first like phase 1 stuff and then I watched the first Avengers movie at a drive-in and that was when I got hooked on it. I was like, okay, this is different.
And
Like,
it's a good
we're
I
movie.
in
saw
it.
it in
Yeah.
theaters. I dressed up as Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're
I was
one of
like,
those guys.
Riley
okay.
Edwards was Thor. Nate Jensen was Captain America.
That's
But
great.
like I remember that because I was like,
That was amazing.
this is different. Like I knew right then and there we're entering a new age of superhero movies, and then like
It was the start.
and then they did the whole like
Of-
tease of like Thanos right away, and like immediately like you start speculating on what's coming next, and like it was so cool. And like every movie since then, you just do it. Like you like, okay, what's happening?
It's a
What's
culture
gonna come next?
now.
Like, yeah, it's awesome. And
Like I love this. I was a huge comic book superhero fan, Marvel, before even these movies started. So
Yeah.
that was
and those
icing on the
these
cake
movies
for me.
are what got me into comics.
But like that's what made it good.
Mhm.
That's why Endgame was so, like you said, like an emotional event, right?
Yeah.
It's because the buildup of how these, was it 10 years, 20-some
10 years.
movies?
It was a masterpiece, honestly. It
Like-
really was.
Like,
Yeah.
honestly, that's what made Endgame good.
Yeah.
Endgame is not my favorite movie. I think there's
Winter Soldier.
lots of issues with Endgame,
Winter
to be
Soldier was
honest.
amazing.
I think Endgame has lots of issues, but it didn't matter at that point
No.
because it was the end.
Yeah.
Like
So
it
can-
was the bill. It was the final straw in all of it. It was
Yep.
amazing.
So,
But there, I have lots of issues with Endgame. But
yeah, that's actually what I was gonna ask. Like, hopefully we're not getting too off topic here.
it's too much.
Like,
Yeah.
so, like, what do you mean? Because, like, I mean, like, I watched it. I've only watched it one time.
Just-
I mean, I was more like, just, I mean, like, I was within the pumped up stage. Like,
Sure.
I'm ready for this. So, like,
Yeah, it was
just,
a lot.
yeah,
It's such a great thing.
No, yeah, I've
but
only watched it one time, so I'm
great
kind of
movie.
I'm kind of curious. What did you think was wrong
it was
with
too much. They didn't have enough. It wasn't. It didn't flow correctly. There wasn't enough time. To,
You think character
for it
building,
to be
maybe?
structured. Like it was just. Okay, we have all of these characters. We can't give them all what they need to make them, a fulfilling character throughout in this movie. It was just the main people, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's just it wasn't dialogue heavy, building up to certain, there was
Yeah.
no lulls in it at all. It was just next thing, next
Go,
thing,
go,
next
go,
thing,
go.
next
I
thing.
agree. I agree.
It was too much to put in one movie, but they did a very valiant effort,
Yeah.
and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's not the best movie out there.
I say, would it be fair to say that if they did, like, theoretically, an Endgame Part 1 and then an Endgame Part
they
2,
kinda
that
is
everyone
Infinity
everyone
War,
would be
It would be
complaining.
terrible, but-
Everyone would be complaining
yeah.
that they're stretching this out way too much. But now you're saying, like, within one movie, it's just
It's
boom,
too
boom,
much,
boom,
yeah.
boom. So, like, there's really, I feel like those are the best way they could have done it.
Yeah.
It was the
I
best
feel like
way.
no matter how you do it, people are going to be
It's just-
disappointed either way.
I also feel
It's
like
just so much material.
Infinity
They could have done
War
a
was
trilogy
kinda
of just
part
that
one.
movie,
Yeah.
and they would have probably still needed more.
I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is. Is the best that they could do.
Yeah.
And
I
it
say,
was
I
fantastic
personally
for what it was.
love it. I mean, it was emotional. I mean, like I said, I only watched it within a month, and I was tearing up. I mean, it was that last scene when they all come back together, Avengers Assemble. I mean, I was literally,
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the battle. I'm not even like, I was too busy trying to get my eyes cleared. I was just like, man, that was emotional.
It's awesome.
It is good.
Which, it kind of goes into like we saw in Spider-Man with the culmination of all the Spider-Man movies, and then now
That one did it perfectly though.
Yeah,
No, I would agree.
Because
That was-
wasn't.
but I'm
wasn't too
talking
much.
about like
There was a
that
few
build
issues
up.
on
Like
that.
that was the, you can kind of say that was the end game of Spider-Man. Obviously Spider-Man
Yeah.
can keep going, but like it was the culmination of all.
That's an
what,
era.
20 years of
that's
Spider-Man,
an era
sure.
of Spider-Man.
Yeah, and then now we get to Doctor Strange. We're gonna see that with more franchises, X-Men, Fantastic Four potentially.
It's a good concept.
The MCU in general, like it's gonna be like really interesting to see all of these. And like I know there's concept art that's coming out about showing like Professor X, and he's sitting in the chair. It's like the same chair from the X-Men TV series, the animated series. Which
That's not what it looks like in
it's
the
like
actual
well,
trailer.
In the trailer,
That,
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
artwork. So
Yeah.
I don't
But,
know.
like-
I don't think it is from the TV series, but we'll see.
How old is he now?
He's
Actual-
old,
Patrick
man.
Stewart, he's
old.
really old.
And you
He's-
should really
he's
watch
not gonna
this
be able to
TV
be able
series,
to
Sarah.
do too
Yeah,
much.
they're really good.
They're canon, and it's too much for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, they had more time throughout a series. So
Yeah.
definitely watch those.
How old is
They're
Patrick
really, really
Stewart?
fantastic.
He's gotta be about
They add a lot to the
70s,
universe,
80s.
and they are definitely the spotlight of
81.
the
Yep.
series.
81,
So
yep.
definitely watch those.
Yeah.
Really,
He's
really good.
81, just for Patrick
Yeah.
Stewart's age.
And
Yeah.
so
That's old.
but like just the idea, like if that is gonna happen, like if that was, they keep that and they're gonna use that like idea of like him using that chair, like even the fact they're like going all the way back to like the like animated series and like not necessarily being that version of the character, but like just harking back to that
variant
stuff.
of it.
It
or
pays
something.
homage. To
Yeah,
it.
like that's so cool, especially because they're bringing that series back, which is
Yeah.
interesting. Like there's a lot of cool stuff that there's.
X-Men 97 is it?
Yeah.
Which is funny because that's when it ended.
Yeah.
So it's just a continuation.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of cool
People
though.
wanted forever. Yeah. It's what was I gonna say? I had something good. I mean, it makes sense because everything, even technically in Marvel canon lore, like this universe is a universe in Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
but there's
Earth
multiple-
616 is the Marvel universe, the prime one that we all know.
Yeah,
Of.
this
There's
is like
more
the M-
out
yeah,
there,
yeah.
though.
what is the MCU?
Endless.
It's
the
like
MCU is like
it's a
1,000 something, right?
yeah, it's like some weird long number.
And then ours would be like another Earth something,
Yeah.
which is where that Marvel universe is just,
Yeah.
the MCU.
Well, isn't
for
there
us,
even isn't there even like a thing where like even the DC multiverse is connected somehow? Because I thought they did
they've
that. Like,
Marvel,
there's, like,
Avengers, and the Justice League
Yeah.
have fought a
Like,
number of times.
Yeah,
So
but like there's like an explainer.
my
I remember there being like an
gosh, guys,
explainer in one.
Don't do that to me.
yeah,
Don't give me that
there's
excitement.
a couple
because-
comments.
Oh my
But,
gosh!
like,
Because if they ever do
yeah,
that, I'm gonna
that'd
be
be-
free.
All universes are
I'm gonna be
connected at
pissing
some
my
point.
pants. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
oh man.
I thought I remember reading a comic or
DC.
something
like
Like,
they're
where it was like
different, but they do interconnect sometimes.
yeah, because I thought there was some like being that in one of the Avengers and Justice League crossovers that like was the bridge between both, and like it caused the universes to merge. Like, but
Was
they're
that
like
a-
separate multiverses in the same sense too. Like it was kind of a weird. I can't remember
not
it
the-
very much.
is not the Beyonder or the High Evolutionary or something like that. I can't remember. One of those crazy, stupid, powerful, random villains that
Yeah.
just make a mockery. of
So
everything.
here, so let's just say theoretically this does happen.
Uh-huh.
DC and Marvel come back together.
We're getting a
D-
whole other topic here.
does Henry? Do you
That's
think?
all right.
Do you think Henry Cavill will be the Superman?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think if they ever did that, I don't think Marvel would allow it to be this DCEU.
Henry
think-
Cavill. So
no,
I think
do you think Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill
would be a
is.
good, I liked him.
Rumored to be Captain Britain in the MCU.
yeah,
so,
yep. I
Which
think
is cool.
I think if we ever got, and honestly, it's a huge long shot because that would mean WB and Disney would have to work well together,
Yeah.
and that's just probably not going to happen. But if it did, I think from Kevin Feige's perspective, if I was him, I'd be like, the DCEU needs a huge reboot, and they need to get
Absolutely.
like, they need to
it's
get-
a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Like, they
they
need
were
to be-
so lazy with the Justice League.
they need to get their
Absolutely.
Have you watched
Infinity
the
Saga
Snyder Cut?
down.
It's actually
I'm not.
way
I
better.
don't want to dedicate 4 hours to watching.
I want to
Honestly,
watch it, but
it's worth it.
I want to watch it,
I
but I
have
just
it, dude.
don't. I have it
We'll
too
have to
on
watch
my,
it sometime.
computer, but
I'd be-
It's
I'd
worth
be ready
it.
to watch it.
It's worth it. It's
Let's-
actually really
But-
pretty good.
Well,
I have
once-
it on my
well,
computer as well.
once we're done, let's set it up. I'd be down.
I
Honestly.
gotta work, so I can't. But
No, I mean like one
Sometime,
like,
yeah.
No, I mean like
I'm
one day.
down.
I mean like one day. Yeah, let's
I'm
just set it
down.
up. I'm actually down.
we got a lot of stuff to watch with you, man. We need to go through that Star Wars TV series,
yes,
I got some more hours off, so
But
the Marvel TV series. Lots of
Yeah,
stuff.
there's definitely a lot. I feel like we probably should call it here.